We're going to talk a little bit about how I use social media before I attend an event. To start connecting with people and getting a feel for who I want to meet, and even honestly setting things up. So setting up coffee dates, drinks, meals, crossing paths in the hall depending on the event. That allows me to really make sure that the time I'm at the event, I'm actually having conversations with people. And what's really cool is, in addition to actually having conversations with people, sometimes I'll actually start these conversations on social. So when we do get to the event, when we are face to face, it's not a hi, this is what I do, this is where I'm from, small talky kind of thing. It can be a really powerful, actual conversation that moves forward into an actual relationship. Not necessarily is every person I meet going to become a client or a referral source or a JV partner. Sometimes it's just really great people to add to your network. One of the reasons I really like events like Digital Marketer, which I'm heading out to later today. After I get off this, I'm actually going to hop in the car and drive down. But Digital Marketer is not only a great event for me from a perspective of I'm going to go learn some really cool stuff, which I'm really nerding out about, but also I can find really great people to add to my own referral network, because I get clients all the time who need things that I offer, but they also need things I don't offer. And so it's really great to go down to events like this and meet people who can also provide those services, because I do not do all the things. I'm not that way. I do not do it. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm super excited to talk about this. If you are attending one of these events, I'm going to be at the actual conference for traffic and conversion. I'm not attending the actual conference part of Social Media Marketing World. I'm actually down there for another event. And so I'll be there for 4 days with my friend Brandy Lawson over at Fiery Effects. So I would love to meet you if you're going to be down in San Diego for Social Media Marketing World. I will be at another event, but I will be around. All right. So if you're going to be there, hit the comments. Or if you have other tips or tools you use to connect with people, share those in the comments too, because again, we can all learn from each other. All right. So let's jump in. I want to burn through these pretty quickly so that you guys can, do stuff with it. All right. Plus I have to get in the car and go to San Diego. Yay. All right. So one of the first things I do before an event, and this starts usually about a week before the event, is I will look at the hashtag for the event. So most of your larger events these days actually have a hashtag. For example, traffic and conversion is TCS 2017. Social Media Marketing World in a couple of weeks is SMMW17. Check out those hashtags because people start using them early. Also, guys, if you wanted to get hands on a ticket to an event that maybe is sold out, I don't think you can do that for traffic and conversion at this point because I don't think they're doing transfers, but Social Media Marketing World, you still can. And this is really common with all kinds of events that get sold out. Sometimes people are selling their tickets using those hashtags. So that's always a really good way if you need to get a last minute ticket. Maybe you're bringing somebody from your team, or maybe you didn't get on the list soon enough, whatever it is. That's a really great way too. But I like to use it to actually, start talking to people. And I will actually use Twitter to create a list of the people who I want to make sure I'm paying attention to. That way, while I'm at the event, instead of looking all of Twitter, I can either look at the hashtag, but also I can go a step further and look at the list of people who I knew I wanted to connect with and look at what they're tweeting about while they're at the event. So this is a great way for me to identify who I want to connect with and actually make a place for them in my social media world. So not only am I connecting with them at the event, but this is going to get handy come follow-up time. And follow-up stuff is actually what we're going to talk about next Thursday, right here on Facebook Live at 10 a.m. next Thursday. Then what is next Thursday? The 16th. We're going to talk about following up. So doing this work before, creating this list, is a really big part of me being able to do that social media follow-up piece really, really easily. So using the hashtags, I start adding people I want to connect with to a Twitter list. And also I'm just having conversations, that whole treat people like people thing, guys. Having conversations, getting to know people, setting up coffee dates, drinks, meals. Hey, let's make sure we connect. I'm going to be at such and such. This is also a really great way to start connecting with speakers. If there's a speaker you're really excited about at an event and you want to actually, have a conversation with them, this is a great way to sort of seed that, start talking to them on social. The other thing I do is, and this is something I do right after I sign up, is I'll look and see if there's going to be a Facebook group or a Slack channel or even the event page on Facebook where people are having conversations as well. Because this is going to be another really powerful way for me to start talking to people before we ever hit the event floor, before we ever actually hit the conference rooms and whatnot. Because again, it's all about getting clear on who it is you want to meet and starting these conversations, learning about them, learning about what they do. A lot of times that will give you a whole big advantage when you get into a room. And let me just say, if you are somebody who's maybe a little introverted, who's maybe a little freaked out by going to these events, traffic and conversion is a great example. It's a huge event. I just got an email this morning reminding me to show up and get my pre-registration and all of that. There's going to be 4,000 people there. That is a lot of people. So if you're somebody who that is really overwhelming to be walking into a room of that many people, identifying some of the people who you want to talk to, start building these relationships online. It gives you somebody when you walk in that room to say, hey, we're going to walk in that room together. Hey, we're going to connect and spend some time together. It gives you a touchstone, which can make walking into that room for, like tonight, there's a pre-party, like a welcoming reception thing. It's going to be a whole lot more comfortable. If you're somebody who maybe that kind of thing freaks out, it's going to be a whole lot more comfortable to walk into that room knowing you know somebody, knowing you have a plan to talk to somebody, you having a plan to meet up with somebody and to connect. That's really, really powerful. So use that time. When you're connecting with these people via LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, wherever it is you're connecting, make sure you're doing it personally. Meaning there's not one copy and paste message that you're generically using for everybody and doesn't really apply. Make the effort, even if that means that you connect with fewer people, because it's all about quality. It's not all about quantity. So you want to make sure that you're making a great first impression, a solid first impression, and treating somebody like you're throwing a business card at them in person, not your best first impression. Okay, so make sure that these messages are personable, make sure they're personalized, make sure they have some of your personality. Do this right. Take the time. And that's one of the reasons I start about a week before the event, because I'll start sending these messages just a few at a time each day. I'll set 15, 20 minutes aside to do this kind of thing so I can start the ball rolling on people who I want to meet. Also, you'll have noticed on my private Facebook page, or my profile, I should say, on my Twitter account, over on LinkedIn, if you follow me in any of those places, you'll see that I've been saying, hey guys, I'm attending this event. Is anybody I know online already going to be there? I'd love to connect in person. Because one of my favorite things about events like this one, and it's a little less so at this traffic and conversion event, there's a whole lot more people at Social Media Marketing World, where I have established relationships with people already online. We've met through Facebook groups or through working together, or we have mutual acquaintances where sometimes I've known them for years and I've not gotten to meet them. And so that's something we're actually doing a lot more when we head down to San Diego in a couple of weeks. But this one, it's a lot of new people. And so I want to make sure that those messages are unique to them, especially if you have people who are saying, hey, so-and-so is going to be there and you're going to be there. Let me introduce you virtually and connect. Again, make your good, solid first impression, okay? The last thing I do before an event, I schedule follow-up time. Yep. It's on my calendar right now. In fact, I have my big to-do list. This is what I use to track all my stuff that's got to get done each day. Also, I use Asana for the project management stuff, but this is my sort of, it has to get done to-do list, notepad. I'm a pen and paper person when it comes to that kind of thing. So I actually have event follow-up on there for Monday because I know if it's not on my calendar, if it's not on my schedule, if it's not on my task list, it's not going to happen. And I'll use social media to connect with them and follow up with the people who I established those relationships with before the event. There'll probably be more because I'll connect with more people there. But I have that follow-up time, and that's something I set before I ever leave the house to go to an event, whether it's sort of like a luncheon networking or it's a multi-day event like this one is. I always set that scheduling time on my calendar, I should say, before an event to actually do the following up. All right? All right, so we're right about 10 minutes. I'm going to boogie because I got to get going to San Diego. If you're going to be down there for Traffic and Conversion, hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to have coffee with you or a drink or a meal or whatever. Just a conversation. So I will see you guys in San Diego or at the next event. All right? Have a great rest of your day. And again, if you have any questions or tips or thoughts, leave them in the comments below and I'll see you next week. All right? Bye, guys.